What is up, guys and gals? This is Fishy Pete bringing you another StarCraft 2 build order tutorial. Today we'll be working with the Protoss, and this build is the Void Ray Rush. Now, the Void Ray Rush is a very powerful build, as Void Rays are very powerful right now. I would not consider this a cheese build, since it is pretty easily countered if you're properly scouted. That being said, this variation will sort of give you an early defense, so you're not going to be too fragile. Void Rays might not make you any friends in the ladders, but they are a useful tool that the Protoss get, and you should use them and not worry about what other people think. Okay, so let's get into this. Now, this build will start out basically the same as most Protoss builds, with a 9 pylon and a 12 gateway. You can scout after that first pylon, or you can wait a little bit. I think I wait a little bit in this video, actually. The difference, however, will be after you get your first gas, you want to get another gas really soon. So let's get this pylon. Now you could scout right now, or you can wait. I think I wait just a little bit, and then I send out my scout. Okay, so you want to know what your opponent's race is, and you want to know if he's getting fast gas. So if he's Terran and he's got fast gas, then that usually means he might be going Reapers, or you'll be quickly teching up, maybe with 111. Now, I actually didn't scout there because I'm playing against a computer and I'm not too worried about him. I really just wanted to see what race he is. So normally you can, poke around in their base, see if you can get away with dropping a proxy pylon. So once you get that gateway down, you'll want to put down your Cybernetics Core, which isn't really essential for this build, but it will give you some extra protection when you transition with this build. Now, I put down another pylon because I supply blocked myself. Really, you want to get this pylon out a lot sooner, so then you can build your Stargate a lot sooner. So that probably would have saved me, 20-30 seconds on this Stargate, which is 20-30 seconds. You can have a Void Ray out faster. Now, once you have enough to afford your first Void Ray, you want to start Chrono boosting them out, and then you'll want to work on getting your more gateways out. So this is sort of a Void Ray to 4-gate build. Since I went against Protoss, I'll get that Stalker out. If you're going against Terran, you'll probably want to get the Stalker to avoid Reaper harass. But against Zerg, you'll want to get a Zealot, as he can deal with those Zerglings that'll usually come much sooner than a Reaper will. Now, you want to make sure you're chrono boosting out your Void Rays, because you want to get them out as soon as possible. You can go ahead and attack with your first one if you feel comfortable with that, or you can wait till you have a pair of them, as they will be much more powerful with a pair. With these Void Rays, you really want to avoid missile turrets, especially if you only have one, and you want to avoid clumps of Marines, as they will dominate your Void Ray. About 5 Marines can easily take out a single Void Ray. So, the trick to Void Rays is swinging around into the back of their base. Assimilators are a great target, as you can just charge quickly. You can quickly charge up on them and just start laying waste to their SCVs or probes or workers. Which will cripple them pretty fast. Now, around here there's a forge, so I start charging up on the forge, and then this one Stalker should be taken out, especially since he gets charged up pretty quickly on it. But, I mean, that one Stalker was able to nearly take down his shield, so if he had 2 or 3 Stalkers, it would have been a problem for this one Void Ray. So, sometimes it's much wiser to wait till you have 2, because they could take out those Stalker's much faster. Now, you want to make sure you got warp gates, and so you gotta convert these gates to warp gates as you'll start pumping up minerals. It's a good idea to get a sentry back at your base if you're not going to produce that much of a ground army. Now this ramp, I believe, is a little too large to force field, so you might want 2 sentries. But what you want to be doing is not focusing solely on the Void Rays for this build, as they're not exactly move and attack type of unit, but you kind of want to watch them because they can get focus fired down relatively quickly. So you want to be constantly making new units. If Void Rays are going really well for you, say you're playing against Zerg and he's only got roaches and Zerglings out, then you can probably get away with continuing to pump out Void Rays. However, you might want to build up a ground army of some Stalkers and some sentries and throw them at the front base of your opponent. When you have the minerals, you can always add a second gateway, and you can just pump out those Void Rays really fast. About 10 Void Rays, will dominate almost anything as long as they're fully charged. Now this build does have another variation that's really easy to spot, and we'll get into that in just a second.